society as a whole have passionate needs in a long-haul relationship, paying little mind to sexual orientation. A portion of these enthusiastic needs incorporate to love and feel adored, to feel vital and unique, to feel like somebody has your back. These passionate needs are needy upon the individual in their inner makeup. In spite of the fact that you won't shrivel away amazing these things, we tend to feel rather denied and separated without them. Then again, we have needs. These are what we trust we ought to get from our accomplices to have a delightful relationship. People need a considerable measure of similar things from a noteworthy other. In any case, there are a few contrasts that appear to be more topical of a specific sexual orientation. On the off chance that you give careful consideration to these approaches to influence your better half to feel adored and acknowledged, there's a high likelihood you will get your needs satisfied too. A couple need a considerable measure of similar things from a huge other. In any case, there are a few contrasts that appear to be more topical of a specific sex. An important wellspring of trouble in marriage and even male-female connections is that people are unique in relation to each other, and everyone anticipates that the other will carry on and say what he or she would in the circumstance. Marriage is the start of another journey, an adventure that empowers a couple to share encounters. Through this bond, you can either top off your existence with smoothness, tranquility, and satisfaction, or the other way around. Now and again, bliss in marriage is viewed as altogether as an issue of possibility. However, that is not genuine. With adoration, mind, delicacy, trust and forethought, you can make your marriage an effective one. It is the most noteworthy condition of kinship, where both a couple add to a brilliant family. Spouses are frequently discovered whining about their wives and naming them as confused animals, while the truth of the matter is that ladies are not that muddled. It's simply that they think uniquely in contrast to men and have their own particular point of view of adoration, marriage, and life, revealing to her daily that she is loved. Everybody needs to be attested. Everybody needs to know they are adored. Ladies truly feel great when they hear, "I cherish you." At the same time, recollect that circuitous ways can likewise work. Truth be told, the most ideal approaches to state, "I cherish you," are ordinarily in basic, regular, apparently insignificant ways, like a sudden embrace or clasping hands when you walk together. Next point: comprehension and forgiveness. There will be days when your significant other will commit errors, or when she will be hard to be near. Nobody is great. She too needs and merits your ability to comprehend and pardon her. Keep in mind that no relationship, and particularly marriage, can be managed without absolution. Ladies particularly need you to comprehend that hormonal changes that affect her inclination are genuine. Try not to ridicule her or say she's insane. Be vehement in comprehension. Next point: genuine conversation. Try not to give your discussions with your significant other a chance to wane to only discuss your children, your employments, and the climate. In the event that happens, your conjugal relationship could be in a bad position. There is parts more to discuss. Truth be told, there is something basic for couples to discuss ordinarily that will help make their marriage last: sentiments and feelings. Profound and genuine discussions will assist you with staying associated and reinforced in your marriage. Next point: quality time with her and your children. Having quality time with your significant other and children isn't something that simply happens. You need to get it going by making the arrangements as well as by finishing. Time with those you cherish must be a high need for you. Additionally, remember that she is your better half, not only the mother of your youngsters. Attempt to sentiment and date her and never stop. Next point: say yes more than saying no. Routine negative reactions to your better half and children can push them far from you. Reconsider before saying no, and you will be astounded at how saying yes can enhance your connections. A negative point of view is additionally not appealing. Be somebody your significant other needs to be near. It's extremely discouraging for a spouse to share her contemplations and feelings with her mate and afterward understand that he didn't really hear her out. Your significant other needs you to tune in with your ears, as well as to tune in with your heart, as indicated by look into men who regard their spouse's feelings have substantially more joyful relational unions. What's more, think about what she generally will be correct. Is it accurate to say that you are a brown noser or a no man? Being a kowtower does not imply that you concur with everything your better half says. It implies being sure, on the off chance that you continue saying no to everything that your better half or children request, they quit approaching you for anything. Rather, they do things secretly, which could be hazardous for them. Support your significant other with a yes, and you would turn into a comrade. The most imperative thing that ladies need in a relationship is joy. In the event that a man can genuinely care and love his better half, they can live joyfully ever after. In any case, for such a marvelous relationship, a man needs to satisfy various desires his better half has on him. Who said being a spouse is simple, at any rate? Next point, warmth and kindness. How regularly do you say, please, or thank you, or give your life partner a startling kiss? Lamentably, some wedded couples overlook that being benevolent and loving to each other are keys to a fruitful marriage. Consider when you were sweetheart and sweetheart. These were practices you most likely did consistently and unexpectedly. There's no reason they should stop and are considerably more essential when you are hitched. Next point, offer household and child-rearing responsibilities. One of the primary reasons couples battle is struggle over who's doing what around the house. Parents and youngster mind are not the sole obligation of your significant other. She shouldn't need to request that you do your offer around the house. You will be a saint in her eyes on the off chance that you promptly help when solicited or take mine from a few tasks previously, she inquires. Next point, a day off now and after that. Try not to whine about your better half taking a vacation day a few times each month. This implies she will be free from agonizing over what is going on with the children, the house, the pets, and you. She merits this break in her calendar and she needs to give it to herself to be sincerely and physically solid. Next point, sense of duty regarding take care of yourself both physically and emotionally. Numerous men are famous for not dealing with themselves with regards to medical problems. This isn't reasonable for your significant other. She is your sweetheart, not your mum. Assume liability for your own well-being concerns. Also, don't turn into a vulnerable child when you are wiped out. These issues drive spouses nuts. Next point, love and friendship are the establishments. Ladies ache for love in their relationship, regardless of whether they are recently hitched or have spent a few years in their marriage. They get a kick out of the chance to realize that they are esteemed and cherished by their spouses. As a perfect spouse, you have to invest some productive energy with your better half. Be loving to her and focus on her little requests and wishes. Men should endeavor to be sweet in their words and kind in their deeds. Next point, a touch of reverence can do wonders. Tell your better half how her brilliant grin fills your heart with joy. Furthermore, that will fill her heart with joy. Your little expressions of thankfulness make her glad. Acclaim her for her characteristics. She might be a decent cook, a great painter, an extraordinary homemaker, a minding mother, or a fruitful profession lady who is a genius at her work. Regard her commitment to her work and don't affront her work. Regardless of whether your better half is a housewife, her commitment to the family is gigantic and she needs that acknowledgement from you. Next point, a spouse dependent on her. On the off chance that your significant other is out of the city or has gone to her folks' place, let her realize that you're feeling the loss of her. Demonstrate her the amount you're dependent on her. Ladies like their men to miss them. Next point, she needs consideration. Ladies don't need a spouse who is more pulled into his cell phone than to his better half. Would you? Acknowledge if your better half is caught up with perusing on the telephone when you endeavor to converse with her something critical. So also, she, as well, anticipates that you will hear her out with consideration. Try not to dismiss her worries or stresses as inconsequential. Focus on her when she needs you. It mirrors your affection for her. Next point, an accomplice who is a companion. She abandons her folks, family, and companions to live with you for whatever is left she can possibly imagine. She goes into an up to this point new life, and you are the main individual she can trust. You are the just a single with whom she can share her musings and talk her brain. To put it plainly, she looks for a companion in you, a companion who is there with her dependably and until the end of time. Give her organization, invest energy with her, break jokes, and seek after some regular premiums to reinforce your excellent relationship. Next point, consolation to take after her fantasies. Your better half may have traded off on her profession or diversions to set aside a few minutes for you and the children. Urge her to take up an occupation again so she can satisfy her fantasies. She won't feel denied or live with dissatisfaction that she hasn't accomplished what she needed throughout everyday life. Instead of being judgmental, bolster her in her undertakings. She will be glad for you until the end of time. Next point, an obligation of equivalence. Marriage is an obligation of two people who are mates. The spouse isn't better than the wife. Ladies need an accomplice who puts stock in correspondence. They need a man who esteems their sentiments and not put them down. They need a closest companion, not a despot. A decent conjugal relationship exists if the couple praises its prosperity together. Next point, sexual fulfillment. Sex is as vital to ladies as it is for men. They want to have a man who is sexually dynamic and gives them the delight of mating. Believe us, she can't grasp hands off you. A dynamic sexual coexistence keeps the spark alive in a marriage. Next point, a source of genuine sympathy. Regardless of how developed the lady is, amid the season of depression she needs a comfort in times of dire need. She anticipates that her life accomplice will sympathize with her, comprehend her and reveal to her he is there for her. Next point, comprehension and pardoning. To blunder is human, yet to excuse is divine. Figure out how to pardon your significant other on the off chance that she has been destructive with her words, or accomplished something that she ought not have done. When she tries to clarify her form, comprehend her point of view, and that will enable you to excuse her wholeheartedly. Absolution will make you charitable. Next point, draws in her with looks, behavior, and state of mind. Ladies need their men to be appealing physically as well as in their conduct and musings. Be gallant, have a comical inclination, prepare yourself, and have a charming disposition. Most importantly, be straightforward in your association with her. Next point, pays for her necessities and extravagances as well. Regardless of whether your better half is monetarily autonomous, she anticipates that you will deal with her costs. A lady wouldn't like to take the weight of giving the employment to the family. She wouldn't fret supporting you, however might want to have the man of the house for her family. Next point, has a kind heart. On the off chance that you see an upset puppy exposed to the harsh elements of reality, don't simply overlook it. Bring it home and sustain. It will enable you to score focuses as a spouse. Ladies lean toward an accomplice who is obliging, mindful and kind to others. They want for a man who could reassure her amid extreme circumstances, is adoring and mindful to individuals. Next point, gives her regard. You without a doubt anticipate that her will regard you. Demonstrate her the path by regarding her. Shared regard shapes the establishment of your relationship. Try not to underestimate your significant other. She might complete a tedious activity at home same as you do in the workplace. Instead of putting her down, endeavor to value her diligent work and regard her part as mother, spouse, and overseer of the family. Reveal to her the immense you esteem her commitment. Next point, is straightforward with her. A lady can't acknowledge unfaithfulness or unscrupulousness in her relationship. She wants an accomplice who is honest with the goal that she can remain secure and loose. In the event that you're exploitative, even sporadically, you will lose her trust, and she will start presuming you not standing for the correct things you do. Next point, is delicate to her emotions. Affectability combined with a touch of suddenness is something that satisfies ladies, in spite of the fact that the autonomous present-day lady likes to carry on with her life in her way. A touch of spoiling can make her come nearer to you. Next point, is developed. Ladies love to remain in an association with a man who is capable and developed. Development is frequently connected to steadiness, and that is the thing that ladies fall for. Spouses like their husbands to be developed with the goal that they can deal with circumstances in a sorted out way. Next point, keeps up the guarantees. On the off chance that you have guaranteed your better half or youngsters to take them for an end-of-the-week motion picture or trip, adhere to the dedication. Satisfy it so they are not disillusioned. A man who stays faithful to his commitments draws in his significant other absent much exertion. Next point, tunes into her. Focus on what she says. Swing to her when she's talking and take a gander at her. It gives her the certainty that you're tuning into her. On the off chance that you're occupied on your PC or cell phone, it will baffle her, destroying the air at home. Allot no less than an hour consistently for her. While eating or supper, discuss the day's worth of effort, and get some information about her day. Next point, put stock in her. Believe her when she says she can deal with a circumstance. Abandon it to her as opposed to meddling and doing it your way. Be there to control her, yet perceive how she will confront the circumstance. So also, in the event that she shares her feelings of dread or fears, don't ignore them. Comprehend her concern and address it. Next point, where's his certainty? A man who is certain, however not presumptuous, is the most loved among ladies. A certain man can beat any snag and tackle issues that come his direction. A lady likes to be involved with a sure man, who can deal with the family under any circumstance. Next point, makes her vibe safe. Well-being. That is one thing that issues a great deal to a lady. She gets a kick out of the chance to be with a man who is there to defend her. When she goes out with her man, he ought to have the strength to ensure her. Next point, communicates his adoration for her. You require not continue saying, "I adore you," without stopping for even a minute like a schedule. Be that as it may, you can express your adoration routinely. Those 3 words will keep on doing their enchantment even following 25 years of your marriage. It gives your better half the certainty that she has picked a man who is consistent with her, and will treat her like a ruler. Next point, shocks her every once in a while. A shock does not generally include a costly blessing. Get her a rose, simply like that, and see her become flushed red like the rose. Following a tedious day, influence her to overlook every one of her issues by arranging a straightforward light-lit supper at home. Or then again set up a tasty dinner. When she comes back from work, these are little motions yet have a major effect on your relationship. Next point, gives her space. A lady's life isn't just about her better half and children. Much the same as you, she, as well, needs to invest energy with her companions or have a quiet night perusing her most loved book. She merits her private time after all the diligent work she put in to keep you and the youngsters cheerful. Next point, always remembers birthday events or commemorations. This has dependably been critical. Do you recollect when you initially met your better half? At the point when was your first date with her? Or possibly do you recollect your commemoration and her birthday? Ladies offer weight to such extraordinary days. Better recall them to keep away from any showdown with her. Next point is a 50-50 parent. Your better half readies the lunch for the children, while you enable them to have a shower and prepare to class. She packs their sack, and you drop them to class. You will be a mindful spouse in the event that you are a dependable father. Offer the weight with your significant other. Don't leave everything for her to finish. Next point, handles her fits of rage. Your lady can have fits recently like a child does. She may have insane emotional episodes and you would not recognize what she's disturbed about. You get her a red dress reasoning that it is her most loved shading. However, she may essentially scorn you for purchasing red and not pink. Try not to get bothered, as you will soon comprehend that she is behaving in a questionable manner with you since she considers you to be her own. You are the nearest individual to her, and the person who can take her fits. Face her with tranquility. Give her disappointing stage a chance to pass on before you clarify your side of things. The air at home is serene that way. Next point, gets amped up for occasions. Try not to hold up until the point that your better half requests that you go up against an occasion. Be amped up for going to different spots with her. You will get the chance to break the dullness and invest some private energy with her when you are on vacation. Additionally, pick places where your cell phone isn't sufficiently shrewd to keep you in contact with your online networking companions. This implies you're on the whole hers. The sweet recollections will be there with you until the end of time. Next point, never browses her telephone or messages. You won't care for it if your better half peruses the messages on your WhatsApp or browses your messages. It is the same with her. Try not to break her protection out of your interest to know her companions. Regard her protection, and she will regard yours. Next point, adores her family. Hold on to her family as you need her to grasp yours. Value the way that she had grown up, got instructed and learned things when she was with her folks. They will dependably be critical for her, and you have to perceive that. Next point, sits in front of the TV with her. It may appear to be senseless, yet have a go at doing and you will love it. Sit in front of the TV with your significant other when the children are away or resting. It is one sentimental approach to loosen up with her. Snicker together, cry together or get frightened together. What makes a difference is your fellowship and not what you watch on the TV. Next point references her cooking. Let her realize that she's a decent cook. Inform her regarding your most loved dishes and why you like them. She will be happy to cook for you. Value her exertion when she tries to cook something new for you. That will urge her to perform better. Ladies could possibly dream of a night in sparkling reinforcement, yet they certainly need a spouse who will treat her like a ruler. They yearn for a man who is enamored with her even after they invest many years they could ever imagine together. At last, as a spouse, it is your obligation to support and love your significant other, to educate your better half, and to address her issues. You are to love your better half as you adore yourself. As you pick up an understanding concerning your better half's needs, it is basic that you make moves to completely address those issues. As you adore your better half as Christ cherishes the church, she will be roused to adoration and regard you. Spouses, meet people's high expectations and love your wives well. Why your marriage not just impacts your significant other yet your youngsters and who and what is to come. By how you adore your significant other, you're instructing your children how to treat ladies and you're instructing your little girls what they ought to anticipate from men. Focus on giving your spouses and families your absolute best.